In the search for the divine, the great Islamic scholars, saints, and mystics have all pondered a central question. What is the greatest mystery of the universe? This question has driven countless individuals to explore the profound depths of existence and the nature of creation. Among these thinkers, Ibn Arabi stands as one of the most influential. His philosophical insight and mystical wisdom reveal truths that stretch beyond ordinary understanding. Ibn Arabi's work opens the door to a hidden realm, one where the essence of all creation is linked not to the external world, but to the very core of existence within us. His writings, particularly in Futuhat al-Makkiyya and Fusus al-Hikam, explore the nature of humanity's relationship with Allah, the universe, and the inner dimensions of life. His thoughts are not simple teachings. They are intricate symbols and metaphors that invite deep contemplation. At the heart of his philosophy lies the belief that the essence of all creation is intimately tied to the human soul. This connection is not some distant, unreachable ideal. It is a profound reality that is accessible to anyone willing to embark on the inward journey. In fact, Ibn Arabi suggests that the very secret we seek is not hidden in some faraway place, but is found deep within us. It is only through understanding our own soul that we can come to understand the universe and our place within it. The wisdom of Ibn Arabi is not just intellectual. It is a call to engage with our own lives and experiences with greater depth. The more we understand ourselves, the closer we come to understanding Allah. In this journey, Ibn Arabi presents a series of divine secrets, each one revealing a different layer of reality that leads us towards spiritual awakening. These secrets touch on the human soul, free will, divine love, and the nature of the universe itself. Let's get started then, and dive into Ibn Arabi's divine secrets. 1. The mirror of divine names. Ibn Arabi describes the human being as a mirror, a reflection of Allah's divine names. This concept is pivotal in understanding not only the nature of humanity, but also the very essence of creation. In his view, Allah created man in his own image, and in doing so, bestowed upon humanity his divine names. These names are not just labels, but expressions of the divine essence, and through them, we come to know both ourselves and our Creator. In his work, Fusus al-Hikam, Ibn Arabi writes that man is a mirror of the truth, al-Haq. The attributes of Allah manifest through humanity, making each individual a reflection of the divine. This understanding transforms how we view ourselves. We are not isolated beings, but rather we are intricately linked to the very essence of existence. The names of Allah are etched into the core of our being, and it is through them that we can come to know Allah more deeply. However, Ibn Arabi emphasizes that in order for this mirror to reflect clearly, our hearts must be purified. The purity of the heart is what allows us to truly see the divine, not only in the world around us, but also within ourselves. By purifying our hearts and minds, we can begin to understand the divine attributes that lie within us, thus fostering a deeper connection with Allah. The divine secret here is profound. It tells us that through understanding Allah's names, we come closer to understanding both our own nature and the nature of Allah Himself. This secret lays the foundation for the spiritual journey. It challenges us to look inward, to reflect upon our own being, and to purify ourselves in order to truly comprehend the divine. 2. The microcosm of humanity. Ibn Arabi's second divine secret explores the idea of humanity as a microcosm of the universe. In his teachings, he likens the human being to a small universe, a reflection of the vast cosmos. He writes, "Know that man is a small universe. The heavens and the earth, the secrets of the worlds, are all hidden within him. The body of man is made of the essence of the earth, and his soul comes from the divine breath. Man is the summary of the great universe. This concept is both humbling and awe-inspiring. Ibn Arabi suggests that everything in the external universe, the movement of the stars, the strength of the mountains, the vastness of the oceans, is mirrored within the human being. Our bodies are composed of the elements of the earth, and our souls carry the divine breath, the very essence of Allah's creative power. The more we understand ourselves, the more we begin to understand the universe. This realization does not diminish the greatness of the cosmos, but rather deepens our appreciation for the intricate interconnectedness of all things. As we come to know ourselves, our inner thoughts, our emotions, and our spiritual nature, we begin to comprehend the workings of the universe itself. This secret invites us to look within and see that the external world is not separate from us. It is a reflection of what lies inside. For Ibn Arabi, the path to understanding both the material and spiritual dimensions of existence lies in self-awareness. It is through this awareness that we begin to grasp the mysteries of creation. This divine secret opens the door to a deeper exploration of both our inner and outer worlds, highlighting the profound unity between the two. 3. The vicegerency of humanity. One of the most significant divine secrets in Ibn Arabi's thought is the concept of human vicegerency on earth. He explains that Allah made humanity his vicegerent, choosing us above all other creations to carry this divine responsibility. As Allah's representatives on earth, humans are entrusted with the duty to establish justice, guide creation, and reflect the divine order. In al-Hikam, Ibn Arabi expands on this idea, stating that the vicegerency of humanity is not just a physical role, but a spiritual one. It is a responsibility that extends beyond mere governance or dominion over creation. As vicegerents, humans are called to embody divine attributes in their actions and to guide creation towards Allah's mercy and justice. This secret carries immense weight. It reminds humanity of the divine trust placed upon us. Our existence is not an accident. It is a sacred duty. This duty is not one of domination, but of stewardship, ensuring that all beings are treated with respect and compassion, in alignment with divine principles. By understanding our role as vicegerents, we realize that our every action has a cosmic significance. Every decision we make, every step we take, is part of a larger divine plan. This secret serves as a call to humanity to recognize the depth of our spiritual responsibility on earth. 4. Free will, the divine trust. One of the most profound aspects of human existence, according to Ibn Arabi, is the gift of free will. Allah has endowed humanity with the ability to choose our path, whether to draw closer to the truth or to distance ourselves from it. Free will is not just a right, it is a divine trust, a gift that carries great responsibility. In al-Makkiyya, Ibn Arabi emphasizes that free will is a manifestation of freedom, yet it is also a test. Every choice we make shapes our spiritual journey and ultimately determines the direction in which we move. This secret reveals the delicate balance between human agency and divine decree. While we are free to choose, our choices are always in alignment with the greater divine will. The secret of free will challenges us to reflect upon the decisions we make. It asks us to consider whether our choices lead us closer to Allah or further away. Through this process of self-examination, we come to understand that our freedom is not absolute, but is always intertwined with the divine. Free will, in this sense, is both a gift and a test, and it is through our choices that we walk the path towards spiritual enlightenment. 5. The divine breath, the core of human creation. One of the most profound secrets revealed by Ibn Arabi is the concept of the divine breath. According to him, the human soul is breathed into existence by Allah Himself. This divine breath is the very force that separates humanity from all other forms of creation, and it is the source of our life, our consciousness, and our spiritual drive. In al-Hikam, Ibn Arabi describes the divine breath as the hidden treasure within the human being. This breath is not just a physical act of life-giving air, but a spiritual essence that pulls humanity toward the truth. It is the bond between man and Allah, a direct connection to the divine. The human soul, as a product of this divine breath, is perpetually drawn toward its source. In every moment of existence, the soul seeks to return to the divine, to reunite with the source from which it came. This secret unveils a profound truth. The very essence of our being is divine. The soul is not something created from mere physical matter. It is a fragment of the divine, infused with the breath of Allah. This breath is what animates us, what gives us life and purpose. It is through this breath that humanity has the potential to achieve perfection, for it is the means by which we are connected to the divine. For Ibn Arabi, the soul's longing for its origin is a powerful force. It represents an innate desire to return to Allah, to rediscover the truth from which it has come. This secret calls us to recognize the sacredness of our own existence, to understand that we are more than just physical beings. Our souls are connected to the divine, and this connection is the foundation of our spiritual journey. 6. The journey of return, a cycle of reconnection. The concept of the journey of return is one of the most central themes in Ibn Arabi's philosophy. He views life as a cyclical journey, where the soul moves away from Allah at the moment of creation, only to inevitably return to Him. This journey is not about seeking something external. It is about returning to the source of our being, the divine. Every aspect of human existence is a reminder of this divine cycle. Ibn Arabi emphasizes that life itself is a passage, not a destination. The goal is not to achieve some final state of perfection on earth, but to move continuously closer to Allah. Each experience, every decision, and every moment brings us nearer to that return. In his work, al-Makkiyya, Ibn Arabi writes that the soul's journey back to Allah is a spiritual movement, a return to the truth that was always there, waiting for us to rediscover it. This divine secret highlights a powerful concept. The return is already encoded within us. It is a natural part of existence. As we journey through life, we are constantly being guided back to Allah, even in moments of doubt or hardship. This spiritual movement is not always a linear progression. It is often filled with challenges, struggles, and detours. Yet, the journey is always in motion, and every step, no matter how difficult, brings us closer to the truth. The journey of return also emphasizes that spiritual growth is not about reaching a specific goal, but about the continuous movement toward greater understanding and closeness to the divine. Every action, every moment of introspection, and every effort to purify the soul is part of this sacred return. 7. Knowledge of the unseen, the heart's divine perception. One of the most extraordinary gifts that Ibn Arabi believes humanity possesses is the ability to access the knowledge of the unseen. This divine knowledge is not something that can be acquired through intellectual reasoning alone. It is a knowledge that comes through the purification of the heart. Ibn Arabi teaches that the heart, when purified, has the capacity to witness truths that lie beyond the physical world. In al-Makkiyya, he writes that through divine guidance and spiritual purification, the human heart can access knowledge beyond ordinary perception. This knowledge is not of the physical realm, but of the unseen, the hidden dimensions of reality that are normally veiled from our senses. The secret of the unseen emphasizes that our potential is far greater than we may realize. The physical world is not the entirety of existence. There are hidden truths, hidden worlds that await discovery. The key to accessing these truths lies within us, the heart. As we purify our hearts, we begin to open the doors to this deeper knowledge, a knowledge that transcends the material and reaches into the spiritual. This divine secret invites us to consider the limitations of our ordinary perception. It calls us to look beyond what we can see and hear, to recognize that there are layers of reality that we can only access through spiritual growth. The heart, in its purest form, is the gateway to the unseen world, and through it, we can begin to understand the mysteries of existence in a more profound way. 8. The inner and outer realities, unveiling the truth. In his writings, Ibn Arabi often speaks of the distinction between the outer, zahir, and inner batin realities. The outward world is only a veil that conceals the deeper truths hidden behind it. To truly understand the nature of existence, one must look beyond the surface, beyond the material appearance of things, and explore their deeper, hidden essence. Ibn Arabi explains that everything in the world has both an outward and an inward aspect. The zahir represents the external, material world, while the batin represents the inner truths that lie beneath the surface. The outer reality is what we can perceive with our senses, while the inner reality can only be apprehended through spiritual insight and inner vision. This divine secret reveals that to understand the truth, one must look beyond the physical world and into the deeper, hidden meanings of existence. It is through the exploration of both the zahir and the batin that one comes to know the divine. The zahir alone is insufficient for understanding the ultimate truth. It is only when we turn our gaze inward to the batin that we uncover the divine mysteries hidden in plain sight. This concept challenges us to think differently about the world around us. It invites us to look deeper, to question the surface-level realities that we encounter daily. By recognizing the inner truths behind the outer appearances, we begin to unlock the divine wisdom embedded in every aspect of life. 9. Love as the creative force of existence. Perhaps the most profound secret that Ibn Arabi reveals is the role of love in creation. For him, love is not simply an emotion or a fleeting feeling. It is the very foundation of existence. Allah created the universe out of love, and it is through love that humanity comes to know the divine. In al-Makkiyya, Ibn Arabi writes that the entire universe is a reflection of divine love. Everything in existence, whether seen or unseen, material or spiritual, exists because of love. It is love that drives creation, love that sustains life, and love that guides the soul back to its origin. For Ibn Arabi, love is the ultimate force behind everything. It is through love that we come to understand the deeper truths of existence and come closer to Allah. Love, in this sense, is not a mere emotional state, but a cosmic energy that permeates every corner of creation. This secret teaches us that the path to understanding the divine is through love. By transforming our worldly attachments into divine love, we draw nearer to the truth. Love becomes the bridge between the human soul and Allah, the means by which we can understand the deeper mysteries of the universe. Love is not just an aspect of life. It is the very essence of creation itself. 10. Light and darkness, the interplay of Nur and Zulmet. One of the most powerful and paradoxical teachings in Ibn Arabi's philosophy is the relationship between light, Nur, and darkness, Zulmet. In a world that often views light and darkness as opposites, Ibn Arabi offers a profound perspective that transforms our understanding of these two forces. For him, light and darkness are not enemies, but complementary elements that together create the conditions for spiritual awakening. In al-Hikam, Ibn Arabi explains that the light of truth, al-Haq, encompasses everything. However, in order for this light to be visible and recognized, darkness must exist. Darkness is not an absence of light, but a place where light is manifested. The divine truth is like a light, and it is through passing through darkness that we come to recognize and appreciate its brilliance. This secret teaches us a fundamental lesson. Without darkness, light would have no context, no meaning. The struggles and challenges we face in life are not obstacles to our spiritual growth, but necessary experiences that allow the light of truth to shine through. Through life's difficulties, we encounter the divine light hidden within the darkness. In fact, it is through our personal struggles, our moments of despair and confusion, that we are often most able to recognize the presence of Allah in our lives. Ibn Arabi's insight on light and darkness transforms how we view hardship. Instead of seeing darkness as something negative or to be avoided, we begin to understand it as an essential part of the spiritual process. Darkness provides the contrast necessary for the divine light to manifest. This secret invites us to embrace both the light and the darkness in our lives, understanding that both are integral to our journey toward spiritual enlightenment. 11. Divine love, the essence of creation. Love is one of the central themes in Ibn Arabi's mystical philosophy. For him, love is not merely a human emotion or a transient feeling. It is the very essence of existence. Ibn Arabi expresses this divine love in his writings, particularly in al-Makkiyya, where he declares, "Love is the foundation of all creation." This love is not separate from Allah. It is a direct manifestation of the divine essence. According to Ibn Arabi, Allah created the universe through love, and it is through love that humanity comes to know the divine. The entire world, with all its complexities and intricacies, exists because of love. Love is the creative force that gives rise to all forms of existence, from the simplest elements to the most complex spiritual realities. It is through love that the universe is sustained, and it is through love that we can come to understand the deeper mysteries of existence. Ibn Arabi's concept of divine love challenges the conventional understanding of love as something human and personal. For him, love is a cosmic force, an energy that permeates every aspect of creation. Everything that exists is an expression of divine love. The human soul, in particular, is created from love and has an innate capacity to reflect this love in the world. As we cultivate divine love within ourselves, we align ourselves more closely with Allah's will and come to experience a deeper connection with the divine. This divine secret reveals the central role that love plays in the spiritual journey. Love is not just a path to understanding Allah. It is the very force that drives us toward Him. By recognizing love as the source of all creation, we come to understand that our ultimate purpose is to return to Allah through love, both in our hearts and in our actions. This secret calls us to transform our worldly attachments into divine love, for it is only through this love that we can achieve spiritual perfection. 12. The relativity of time and space, beyond the material world. One of the most intriguing secrets in Ibn Arabi's philosophy is his exploration of the nature of time and space. While we often perceive time and space as fixed, concrete dimensions that define our reality, Ibn Arabi teaches that these concepts are relative and illusory. According to him, time and space are veils created by the truth, al-Haq, and they do not define the true reality of existence. In al-Makkiyya, Ibn Arabi writes that the soul is not bound by time and space. These limitations are part of the created world, but the true essence of the soul transcends them. The divine presence of Allah exists beyond the constraints of time and space, and it is only through spiritual awakening that we can come to understand this timeless, spaceless reality. This divine secret invites us to reconsider our conventional understanding of time and space. It challenges us to see them not as absolute truths, but as temporary constructs that veil the deeper spiritual reality. When we focus solely on the material world, we become trapped in the limitations of time and space. However, as we progress on the spiritual journey, we begin to realize that our souls are independent of these boundaries. The true reality lies beyond time and space, and it is through the inner journey that we can access this eternal, timeless truth. Ibn Arabi's insight into time and space invites us to shift our perspective. It encourages us to look beyond the constraints of the material world and to recognize that our existence is not bound by the limitations of time or place. The spiritual journey is about transcending these limitations and reaching a deeper connection with the divine, a connection that exists beyond the confines of the physical world. 13. Dreams and divine inspiration, the gateway to hidden truths. For Ibn Arabi, dreams are not mere reflections of the subconscious mind or random images produced by the brain. They are divine messages, doors into the hidden realities of existence. In al-Makkiyya, he writes that dreams are signs sent by the truth, al-Haq, to his servant. Dreams, according to Ibn Arabi, offer glimpses into the spiritual realm, revealing hidden truths that are not accessible through ordinary perception. The concept of dreams as divine inspiration highlights the depth of Ibn Arabi's mystical insight. He teaches that dreams can serve as a guide on the path to truth. They are not simply personal or psychological experiences. They are spiritual encounters that offer insights into the divine mysteries of the universe. Through dreams, we can connect with the spiritual realm, receive guidance from Allah, and gain access to knowledge that transcends the material world. This secret invites us to pay attention to our dreams and to approach them with reverence and mindfulness. Instead of dismissing them as meaningless or random, we are encouraged to see them as potential messages from the divine. Dreams are not just reflections of our inner thoughts or fears. They are windows into the unseen, offering us glimpses of the truth. Ibn Arabi's teachings on dreams and divine inspiration remind us that the spiritual realm is not distant or inaccessible. It is present in every moment of our lives, and dreams offer a direct connection to this sacred space. By understanding dreams as divine messages, we can deepen our spiritual awareness and move closer to the ultimate truth. Through Ibn Arabi's teachings, a profound understanding of the divine secrets unfolds, each one unlocking a deeper insight into the nature of existence, the human soul, and the divine. These secrets challenge us to reconsider our perceptions of reality, urging us to look beyond the surface and explore the hidden dimensions of life. From the concept of humanity as a mirror reflecting Allah's names to the journey of return to the divine, Ibn Arabi offers a roadmap for spiritual awakening. His insights into love, free will, the nature of the soul, and the interplay of light and darkness offer a transformative vision of life that calls us to awaken to our true purpose. As we reflect on these divine secrets, we are reminded that the path to spiritual enlightenment is not an external journey, but an inward one. It is through understanding our own souls, purifying our hearts, and cultivating divine love that we come to know the truth and experience a deeper connection with Allah. The journey is ongoing, a continuous movement toward the divine, and with each step, we uncover more of the mysteries that lie within and beyond us. Ibn Arabi's wisdom serves as a guide for those seeking a deeper understanding of existence, and his teachings continue to inspire those on the path of spiritual awakening. By embracing these divine secrets, we can move closer to the ultimate truth, drawing nearer to Allah and discovering the profound interconnectedness of all things.